Hey everybody, it's Trey and Jordan. We are going to do part 2 today of the differences that we've noticed between the US and Spain.
And we want to start out, we've been getting a lot of comments on the first video we made. First of all, we are so thankful to be able to be in Spain. This is a privilege for us to be here. We are not trying to take over your country. We are also just giving our opinions. We are not, we started this YouTube channel so that we could share with all of our family and friends back home. We are not doing hours of countless research and then telling you about this research. This is just what we've experienced day to day. It's solely our opinions. And with that being said, we're not trying to offend any locals. We are thankful to be in your country, and we realize that, what we find different may vary compared to how a local might see it. For example, we had a lot of comments on, we think the prices are cheaper. Well, we came from Washington State, USA. Around the Seattle area is probably one of the most expensive places in the country. And yes, people do make a much bigger salary there. So yes, when we're making these comparisons to you as a local, it probably doesn't seem like it's that cheap, but it just is compared to where we're from. But we're not trying to imply that we're just not trying to offend any locals. We're just glad to be here. We're not trying to give bad information. We're just merely saying our opinions and what we see day to day, being that we've only been on the streets of Spain for a month. So just wanted to start with that.
Yeah. Like he said, it's just our opinion based on our limited experience. So, take it with a grain of salt, take it for what it is. And I'm sure if someone else were to come here from the US, they might have a different experience because everyone's different. So, and it also depends on the area where you go and where you're from and everything that you've experienced before. So, just take it with a grain of salt, take it with, as for what it is, which is just, us trying to help out and express what we've experienced.
So these are just some more differences that we noticed. Everybody here uses tap to pay. Like back home, I feel like youth use tap to pay, and like I used it a couple times, but I feel like in general, older generations do not use tap to pay. You take out a physical card, and here, I don't think I've seen a single person pay with a card. I've seen like maybe 2 or 3 people in a month pay with cash, but every single person uses tap to pay. So I was pretty impressed because, sorry mom, but I feel like you would not use tap to pay very well.
I had to learn how.
It's okay. His birthday's tomorrow, so he can make fun that he's old.
Yeah, well. The other thing is there's no dryers. I'm sure there are some places, but there aren't here where we are. So we wash things in our washing machine, which is out on the patio, actually. And then we have to hang it to dry, which is super normal in this area. You see it everywhere you go. People are hanging up clothes to dry, which is great, I think, because, it's less wear and tear on your clothes and it smells fresh and it's nice, but it just takes a little extra. Instead of dumping it in a dryer, you're having to hang it up. It's definitely better for the environment, which I understand. Speaking other languages is normal. So just walking around, what we've noticed is that people speak more than just Spanish. There'll be other languages as well, and it's just normal. It's not quite as common where we're from in Washington to hear a bunch of different languages all the time. It's completely normal, and most people here speak multiple languages as well. So they'll speak Spanish, they might know French as well. A lot of people here speak English. It's primarily Spanish, but Catalan. Right, so Catalan, they speak Spanish and Catalan. So it's completely normal to have various languages going on in a little area.
I feel like, when I studied abroad in Spain, back in the day in college, you had to go around the room and introduce yourself, and a student would be like, I'm from China, I speak 6 languages. I'm from Spain, I speak 4 languages. I'm from Germany, I speak 5 languages. And then all the US people would be like, we speak English and a tiny bit of Spanish. So it's cool that they prioritize learning other languages, and they learn them like from when they're a kid, like elementary school. And I feel like we don't prioritize that in the US, and if you do take a foreign language, it's in general, not till high school or maybe middle school.
Right, and it's just kind of part of what you have to get through, and then you typically don't use it much after that.
Yeah, and I know obviously in Europe everything's closer together, you have more languages around you, but I don't know, I think it's cool that people just speak multiple languages. I mean, here the official language is Catalan. I don't speak a lick of Catalan, so you go into a store and you just talk Spanish to them and it's no big deal.
Yeah.
They are, we touched on this a little bit, but I just love how environmentally conscious Europe is. Even for little things like the caps on bottles are actually attached to the bottle. So you can't take the cap all the way off because they were noticing that so many caps were ending up like on the street or not being recycled. So they actually like hinge open and stay on the bottle so that you actually recycle them, versus where we're from in Washington, you can't recycle bottles with the caps. You have to throw the caps away, which is such a waste. There's also garbage cans, and again, this could be just city-wise, but there is big centers for recycling and garbage on every street, and pretty much every corner has like a little garbage can, and then every couple blocks has like a bigger recycling station for like special things. So for example, they use like little espresso makers, so it's like a mini version of a K-cup or like an espresso kind of, and you can't recycle those. But on Tuesdays, they open this special stand for like those little coffee capsules or light bulbs or batteries or stuff that we would have to drive out to like the Hazo house to recycle. It's like every neighborhood has one. They have a clothing drop. Like, it's just so cool that it's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they like the main, every street has garbage, compost, plastic, paper, glass. Yeah.
I guess that's it.
And the plastic is also tin. It's multi.
Tin and plastic. Yeah, it was hard for me to get used to. I still have to ask him every day. I was like, where do I put this?
But I don't know. I think it's cool that they have so much recycling here, because there's really, like, we take out our garbage. I think I've taken the garbage out once since we've been here, because everything goes into recycling.
Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of coffee, you want me to talk about that?
Go for it.
So the coffee is espresso. It is not drip coffee, which, coming from like a big coffee area in the U.S., being like the Seattle, area, it's all drip coffee there. But here it is these little. This is actually a big cup, but it's just little espressos, which is great. We get a coffee con leche almost every day. And it comes in this little bitty cup, and it's not drip coffee, which is different.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's fine. I love it.
Again, we knew some of this stuff, but I just remember sitting at the restaurant, or sitting when we were getting coffee in Sitges with a lot of tourists who were being less respectful, I feel. Mm-hmm. And they just sat down and started barking in English, and they're like, I want a cup of coffee. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, do you want an espresso? Do you want an Americano? Do you want a latte? Like, we don't just do coffee. And the guy just kind of got mad. So it's like, I understand why as tourists we are offending people, because we tend to like it the American way and only, but we're just trying to.
Yeah, it takes just an extra second to be a little bit more respectful. But we could talk about that another time.
Yeah. WhatsApp. Everybody here uses WhatsApp, like even businesses. I feel like back home people don't use WhatsApp very much unless you know somebody who lives internationally. But WhatsApp is just like, when you list your business phone number, it's WhatsApp. And like, they text you on it. So like the vet or the doctor or whatever, like, they send you your confirmation not through a text message but through WhatsApp, which I think is great. It's more accessible to more people. Like, it helps us because we don't have texting with our little SIM card. So WhatsApp works great.
Yeah, and I've been using it to call home to my parents and to text my parents and people from back home. So yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome.
Speaking of like WhatsApp and appointments, we found just in general less appointments are needed, or they take a lot less time to get. Again, this could just be the area we're in, but for example, I just went into an eye doctor place because I was like, I'm gonna run out of contacts while we're here, and I just wanted to ask, like, do you sell contacts? How do I do this? Do I need to make an eye exam? Because like back home I can't just buy contacts unless I have the prescription already, but normally, I think where I was living in Olympia, I mean, I tried to get a new eye doctor and it was going to be like an 8-month wait to get an eye exam. And I go in and the lady's like, well, yeah, you can buy them. do you want a free eye exam? It's like, sure. Like, when can I make the appointment? She's like, oh no, right now. And it was just the eye doctor was the one talking to me behind the counter, and like, just, I left Jordan standing in the street. She just took me back, gave me the eye exam. It's free. And then you just order your contacts, and they called me, and they were in the next week, and they're the exact same ones I bought in the US. So that was great. Our primary care doctor, I called, and they got us an appointment for the next day. Same with the vet.
Yeah, it was super quick.
So it's, I don't know, I like it.
Today we tried to get an appointment, but we couldn't get one online, and so we just showed up, and then they were like, well, for this particular thing that you're trying to do, you do need an appointment, but it's in like a few days.
Yeah. Because I will say they are much more face-to-face, which, I don't know, it works pretty well, as, you know, especially since I feel like I can get by in Spanish. It's definitely far from perfect, but I can get by, but a lot of their online systems don't work.
Yeah, we've noticed that a few times. The online stuff is kind of hit or miss. So
the doctor did not function. I had to call the town hall. It says you need the previous appointment. I read it online, but it didn't function, so we had to go in anyways.
Yeah. So you're better off just to face-to-face stuff. Street signs are not like signs on a post. They're actually on buildings, especially in Sitges, like in the Old Town area. All the street signs are on the building, and they're like nice, like they're like made out of like different tiles, and like they're all artsy looking. It's pretty cool. So yeah, street signs are different. We've noticed in this area there's a lot of mosquitoes. I've noticed, particularly because they like me. So I got a citronella candle, I got some bug spray, just so that I can like walk outside. And then I walk in and they follow me in here. I don't know. There's a lot of mosquitoes, but you know, and Milo had to get like a little collar to keep the mosquitoes off of him, because they carry like something that's different in the Mediterranean area than it is everywhere else in the world. So we had to get him a special little mosquito collar. But yeah, mosquitoes, love them.
Didn't know they had them. Water here you have to pay for. So if you order water with a meal or something, you're definitely paying for it.
Yeah, and it's like more than the wine sometimes.
So therefore, you should order the wine.
Just drink wine. You're better off.
And we just kind of prepare and like bring water with us everywhere we go.
Yeah, we touched on this in the previous video. Yeah, we order we buy bottled water, like a big jug of water now. We kind of already touched on that, the face-to-face stuff.
Yeah.
We have a dishwasher. I feel like we're very privileged to have a dishwasher.
I don't feel like that's normal.
I don't know that that's normal. My house back in Washington, I didn't have a dishwasher, which I don't think is normal for there. But now we have one, which is super fun. Like, we don't have to wash dishes by hand. So I think that's different, but I'm not really sure for this area. But yeah, we have a dishwasher.
Yeah. So that was it. We just thought of some other things we wanted to share, and again, just our opinion.
Yeah, if you're commenting on our videos, we appreciate you watching, definitely. But just, try to be gentle. We're doing the best we can. We're only speaking from experience. So, yeah. And
we are still planning on making the buying a car video. Yes. We had some hiccups, and it's been taking longer to get, so that's why we made this one in the meantime. But hopefully next week we will be picking it up.
Yeah.
So it's already paid for, so.
Yeah, we paid for a car, so we have a car somewhere.
Theoretically.
So yeah, we'll be making a video on that and all the processes that we've had to go through to get there. Thanks for watching.
All right, thank you.